It's 7:40. Let's do this. Good evening, Hampton Roads. Good evening, Northeast North Carolina. My name is David Aldrich, Chief Meteorologist of WTKR News 3 Television, and you are watching First Warning Live, where we focus on all things weather, try to give you a heads up of what's coming your way, and it's sponsored by Marco's Pizza, where on this stream, this very stream, we're going to give away 22 pizzas. Well, how is that possible? 12 of those pizzas will go to one winner. That's Pizza for a Year. That's every month they get a one-topping pizza. And we're going to throw out 10 individual pizzas to some of you that might have actually registered already. If you're not familiar with how this is done, you just go to our webpage. It's very easy, WTKR.com/Marcos. Once you're in, you don't have to keep re-registering. Once you're in, that's good. It's randomized. Our sales department picks out the winners, and I'll announce them at 8 o'clock tonight, which is just about 20 minutes from now. There's also a $5 Pozzoli week if you use the promo code WTKR David. That's of course our call letters and my first name. Really easy. That's about half price. So you can actually save quite a bit on what I like to call a full meal, because it's like a calzone or more like a stromboli, and it's large. It's not large enough to fill you up. You could get some ranch dressing, maybe a marinara or pizza cup sauce to dip it in. It's delicious. But a $5 Pozzoli, and here's the pizza certificate. This is the one we're going to be giving away. Somebody within the sound of my voice is going to be getting this. Maybe you watch it live, maybe you watch it on delay, but I do know it's October. So once you get the certificate in the mail in the next few days, you could use one for this month. Then you can use one in October, November, December, and you'll have a free pizza going all the way into September of 2026. I mean, that's some serious planning. That means every month you could actually save some money at Marco's. Your name hopefully will be what's up here. We'll award your name on there once the certificate is arrived. All right, let me get to the weather, because one of the things about this weekend, we had a great day today. We're going to have another great day tomorrow. Copy and paste, duplicate, whatever you want to do. But showers are likely to end your weekend. Boo! Now, I don't mean like in the morning or the afternoon. I mean like at night. So the timing of this will come in, I think, just right. When most people are getting ready to wind down for the weekend, maybe you're doing an extra load of laundry, maybe you're just kind of sitting back watching 60 Minutes. Whatever you're doing, I'd say between 7 and 8 o'clock, we're going to see some of these showers move in from west to east. And here's a graphical illustration of that very scenario. This is 8 o'clock. Sunday morning, seeing increasing clouds in the morning. Now, there'll be some hazy sun thrown in for good measure. It's not a bad day, but I'll stop the clock here at 4:30. So if you're watching and you're trying to plan the weekend, notice 4:30 in the afternoon. The sun goes down now at 6:26 today. So it's going down before 6:30 now. Almost soon it'll be 6:15, which is kind of a bummer. Some people don't like that, but it looks like the rain is still going to hold off until when? After dark. 10:30, it looks like there's a lot more rain here than will actually reach the ground. I suspect a 40% chance the rain will cover it, and we're talking about a quarter inch of rain or less. Emphasis on less. I don't expect more than a quarter inch. It's just widely scattered showers. But notice this is 6 o'clock in the morning. The front's already moved away from Norfolk and Virginia Beach. That means by 6 a.m. Monday, it's gone. There's nothing more to see. And as this pulls away, a lot of this rain goes up toward Delaware, Maryland, and New Jersey. We don't see anything left of it, but more sunshine develops here as more stability arrives here in town. Isn't that nice? I'll revisit that a little bit later here on the live stream. But look at this. This is a live look at Kill Devil Hills and Norfolk, Williamsburg, and Virginia Beach. If you're on the call, I want to say hi to you. I see Kim Thompson-Jones's note. I caught it maybe after I had finished the live stream yesterday. She says, I'm ready for a straight run of the 60s. Thanks, David. My pleasure. You know, we had 60s today, we had 60s yesterday. We're all well on our way to see some 60s. The question is, how cold do you like it tonight? Because there's going to be some really cold air in parts of the Commonwealth, cold enough to see your breath even within the 757, I think. There will be some areas in Southeast Virginia that dip it below 45. 45 is that threshold. Once you get below 45, it's common that you can see your breath in the morning. I don't know if you knew that, but I'm going to get back to these are the current images. And with high pressure parked over Lake Erie, winds rotate around that high in a clockwise fashion. You come back home, there's nothing to see on the radar. Nothing. Hardly any clouds anywhere. But where we see the concern from the National Weather Service, the purple areas represent freeze warnings. The blue areas represent frost advisories, and places like Elkins Do you see Elkins? Where's Elkins? I don't. I'm geographically challenged, Aldrich. All right, Elkins is in West Virginia. Let's be clear. They could drop to 28 tonight, maybe 27. But areas around Harrisonburg, now we're back to Virginia. Harrisonburg, JMU, James Madison University, and the Dukes, they're going to duke it out because they got to duke out the cold. This lasts until 9 o'clock in the morning, and just the area I've highlighted will cover more than about 250,000 people, probably more than that. But this includes Winchester, it includes Cumberland, Harrisonburg, and all these areas up and down parts of the Shenandoah Valley. I'm just curious to know what you're seeing, thinking, or feeling. This is a great time for me to check in with the newer comments, because if you're watching, I just want to let you know we're going to announce the winners. Fear not, we're going to give away 22 pizzas in this very live stream. I'm very happy that you're here. I'm grateful that you're here. So let me come back on camera and just say hi to you. You know it's Thursday, right? This is the day. This is the day of the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We give away free pizza. Marcos is very generous that way. They like to give back to the community. And no secrets here. I love pizza and they love weather. I mean, what a perfect combination. We can do that all in one live stream. But I got a note from some of you that might be popping in here. I see. Let's see. Happy Friday Eve. This is from Taj. Taj Brown, I believe, is watching live. Oh, I don't know why I flew that back in there. But Taj, happy Friday evening to you. Hopefully your name is in the list, because all the names have been compiled, randomized, and shuffled, and they're going to be presented. I thought I would mix it up a little bit tonight. Instead of just announcing the pizza for the year winner first, let's do that last. We'll do the 10 individual pizzas and then the big winner. All that's coming up at 8 o'clock. But I got to keep moving because I got to squeeze in at 7:45. I got to squeeze in as much weather as I can in the next 15 minutes. All right, nuisance, 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 none. Say it with me. You know, if you've ever had a headache and a doctor tells you, and I'm no doctor, hey, take two aspirin and call me in the morning, something like that. It's like nuisance, nuisance, nuisance. Finally, this headache, this coastal storm is finally going to lose its entire grip on the tidal forecasting. When? Saturday afternoon and evening. That's when it's none. This is Sewell's point. Is it any different in Duck, for example? Nuisance, 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 none. I mean, it's getting better. It's not perfect. That's why I said when you have a storm system around these parts, it sometimes takes, like there's an after effect, right? An afterglow of tidal flooding. And we've seen it even here in like The Hague and in parts of what we call Lake Olney, which is Olney Road and Bush Street. But this is what I'm saying. Nuisance flooding expected tomorrow, and you'll see improvement, vast improvement by Saturday afternoon. Now, weather headlines, as you look at a live image of the Chesapeake Bay, love this picture because it had a nice glow right around 6:37 this evening. It will be a sunny delight again tomorrow. A cool breeze to end the week. Now, when I say breeze, I'm talking about gusts around 25. Now, it was a little higher today. I'll explore that in a moment. But tomorrow into Saturday it's more partly cloudy. We'll wake up to some mid to high level clouds. Then the sun will come back out, especially between 2 and 5 p.m., the way I see the data today. And then we're back in the 70s, particularly on Sunday. And speaking of Sunday, it's Sunday night into early Monday morning. We've already talked about that. The chance of rain that's coming back into play. I see Joshua. He's got a note here. Josh is in here. He says, flooding itself is a nuisance. Yeah, it is. So maybe when that doctor says, hey, take 2 aspirin, call me in the morning. We'll get through this. It's like we're a hardy bunch around here. But you have to realize when you move here like me, there is that after effect with tidal flooding. It typically comes back from time to time. We'll keep an eye on that for sure. Now, as far as the wind gusts and the winds blowing around, we got leaves. We got to talk about that too. We had a gust, just for sampling, in Norfolk International of 47 back on Sunday. It was like 55 and 60 plus for parts of the Outer Banks. I'm not here to mince that or disparage that. That's what it was. It was higher in the Outer Banks. But just for comparison and context, the wind gust today was 35. I suspect it was 39 Tuesday. So we had perpetual windy days, gusty wind days, where bad hair days prevailed. And I do think we'll be down to about 25 for a gust tomorrow. And then I think it stops. By Saturday, I'm expecting 5 to 15 for sustained and very little gusts, maybe a 20 gust. It's not going to be as high on Saturday. The winds are going to slow down. So that's the good news. Peak wind gust today, already highlighted, was 35. Virginia Beach had a 32, and it was 29 in Manio. Current gusts, because these are current, Virginia Beach is gusting right now. Here it's 7:48, 25 miles per hour. And we have a 25 Virginia Beach, 18 in Manio, so it's not that bad. But still, the wind gust forecast product, this is basically a computer modeling of the winds expected. You can see it still could gust by about 7 o'clock tomorrow morning in the 25, 26 range in southeast Virginia. Could it be higher in the Outer Banks? Yes. But notice something as we move into Saturday afternoon. It's a lot lower. It's even in the single numbers, right? For inland Virginia, winds drop off in a big way. So we're going to get back to some semblance of normalcy for whatever that is coming, I can assure you. Now, if you're in the military, if you're in the Navy, you've got family, perhaps, anywhere and everywhere. I'd like to show you the national scene so you can see what's going on, because some of you have family that's everywhere and anywhere. So I'm looking at some orange little polygons popping up in the Midwest. And that's where the severe weather is currently breaking out in parts of southern sections of Nebraska. This is just south of North Platte. This was under the Storm Prediction Center outlook yesterday, and I believe it's still in effect there today too. So this is south of Interstate 80. There's a severe thunderstorm warning in effect around Wallace. This covers Chase, Hayes, Lincoln, Perkins County till 7:15. You say, why would I care about that? Well, maybe if you have family there, maybe you got a cousin there, maybe you're far from home, and this is what you're wondering what's going on. Cheyenne County here in Kansas has a severe thunderstorm warning for large hail, about 1.5 inches. So some very large hail, possibly the size of maybe a golf ball or ping pong ball. Some very large hail out there. Now we're looking at Wisconsin, some rain showers around Green Bay, but really quiet across the southeast. If you've got family in Texas, a few showers in West Texas, and in Florida, just a few showers perhaps near the Florida Keys. It looks pretty quiet elsewhere. What time is it? It is 7:50. We're 10 minutes away from free pizza. Some of you are going to be thrilled. By the way, this is one of my favorite parts. You know the lows today? How cold did it get? Did you know it was 10 degrees colder in Franklin this morning than it was in Norfolk? And I remember, because I do remember, our friend Taj Brown said his fingers were feeling numb when it was 61. You remember that, Taj? I'm not picking on you. I know that it gets cold. Some people don't like the cold air. But if there was a 10-degree spread between Franklin and Norfolk this morning, imagine how much colder it's going to be tonight, because this low of 57 occurred at 9:14 this morning, based on numbers and records from the airport. But highs today hit 64. Oh my goodness, Aldrich, you said the high was going to be 63. It was in Virginia Beach, but in Norfolk it was 64. Well, how do you sleep at night? I sleep fine. I just know that meteorology, many people don't think about this. Meteorology is an applied science, right? Pure science. I mean, the pure science, that's chemistry. Pure science, that's physics. And meteorology takes the best, tries to apply the science, and so you get kind of an inexact number, but this is pretty close, 64, 63. I think we'll be about a degree cooler tomorrow. A degree cooler with the sunshine. Now, clearly inland it's going to be a little bit warmer, and we'll explore those numbers here momentarily. But I just wanted to kind of throw this out there because we're going to be looking at a trivia question soon, and it also gives you some perspective of where and how we got where we are. I'm going to show you that here momentarily. It's really good. Peak fall color timing. We have already reached the middle part of October because last I checked, it's the 16th. The 16th, that means maybe the Shenandoah Valley has some beautiful color this time of year. Now, frost, sometimes you want to get there before the frost, but that may have an implication on how brilliant the fall color is. But it's usually late November. We start to see in the Outer Banks or parts of northeast North Carolina, mid to late November, even here in Hampton Roads, for our color to be at its peak. So if you're traveling this weekend, you've got some opportunities to check that out with the bright sun. Fall Town Point, Virginia Wine Fest is this weekend. If you're here in Norfolk, 69, not bad. That's in the shade. A partly cloudy day. I left a 10% chance for reasons I'll explain in a moment, but 40% chance on Sunday is at night. So with this thing winding down during the day, there's no real concerns unless you're going to be sticking around after the wine festival's over. Rain chances are clear. I put this a couple of days now, at night on Sunday, and any rain that we get Monday should exit pretty quickly as the way things are shaping up. I got a couple of notes here at 7:53. Taj has got a follow-up. I want to give him props and due. He said it felt better, in his estimation, it felt better than yesterday except for the wind. Yeah, we got to pull that wind back, and it'll come back down on Saturday if Saturday's your day. Most people think Saturday and Sunday, that's the days I get off, and if that's the case, I think you'll like Saturday a little bit better. But tomorrow, another full sunshiny day, much like today. Other comments that might have been noted here, I got Betsy. She's actually making a comment similar to what Taj just mentioned. Time to be cooler. It's the middle of October. Might as well. I mean, how often can you get apple cider donuts. That's what I heard from Kurt Williams, our main anchor guy. You know, if you were just watching on the internet and you have no idea who Kurt Williams is, let me just show. This is Kurt. Kurt was turning me on to an idea. You know, the Virginia Beach, some of these pumpkin patches and apple cider and apple orchards will actually sell some apple cider donuts. And I said, well, I got to get a hold of some of that. So that's just one of the cool things. If you haven't sensed or taken in all the sites, there's so many events. I'll try and highlight some of them when we get to 7-day. But this is a great opportunity. We had a lousy weekend. Let's call it what it was. A lousy weekend last weekend, a glorious weekend the weekend before. But now it's the pendulum has swung back. So we're going to get a pretty good weekend that continues into tomorrow and then Saturday and Sunday. Let me get back to the weather because I'm getting ahead of myself and I got 6 minutes to cover it. No, so we got time for some trivia. The division. I know this is kind of a wordy trivia question, but it's worth it, so hang with me. The Division of Telegrams and Reports for the Benefit of Commerce was, in fact, the original name of what weather organization? I want to give a special props and kudos to forecaster Derek Getter for unearthing this great question, because it is a great question. I mean, if they had to give it an acronym, what would it be? I would say the DTRBC. Well, that's insane. Good thing they changed the name. The DTRBC. That could be a 5-letter acronym, but glad they changed it. It is either A, NWS, B, NOAA, NOAA, or is it National Hurricane Center? Is it NHC? My question to you, how quick and how animated and how interactive do you want to be on this? Give me an answer. If you have an answer, whoever's the first. I see Taj. Taj is quick on the draw today. He's on a roll. He says it's B. He says it's NOAA. The Division of Telegram and Reports for the Benefit of Commerce was the original name of what organization? The answer is A. It was National Weather Service. Can you believe that? Now, I do have some other facts and figures for you, so let me clear off my telestrator as I fly back in, because I wanted to go one step further. I found out, and I didn't know this, and if I learned this in NC State a long time ago, because I graduated in 1999, that's a long time ago. They had the Civilian Weather Bureau that was part of the Department of Agriculture in 1891. This was all established, by the way. This Division of Telegrams and Reports for the Benefit of Commerce was established in 1870 from the U.S. Army Signal Service. Go back and look that one up. But in 1891, it was the Civilian Weather Bureau, part of the Department of Agriculture, but all the way to 1940. This is around World War II. The Weather Bureau was part of the Department of Commerce. It was added to the Department of Commerce, and in 1970, whoever's out there born in 70, this was renamed the National Weather Service, part of NOAA, which is part of the Department of Commerce. So there you have it. I mean, there's some cool facts. I like to learn this kind of stuff, and sometimes a great trivia question can prompt that. So kudos to Derek Getter for putting some of this together with the trivia question. It was actually aired during our new newscast. Tropical activity, as I keep moving, I got 3 minutes. 3 minutes till pizza. Boy, I'm starting to get hungry. 20% chance over the next 7 days we get a named storm. I think that's going to go up. I think you're going to find maybe 2 storms south of Cuba, south of Haiti, south of the Dominican Republic, and maybe knocking on the door of Grand Cayman Island. That's what some models would suggest. We'll wait and see. But am I too worried about this far out? No. I mean, based on history, based on climatology, there's a big word for you. I do know that today is the 16th of October, and we are past the peak, right? We're kind of on the downhill slide. Ooh, the downhill slide. Not the electric slide. That's a song. But today, yeah, we're going downhill. And we know from what we just know that hurricane season ends November 30th and it starts June 1st. If you're on the call, just stop me, let me know. I see Betty got it right. And if she just answered it after the fact, I'll still give you props because you probably had your instincts right. Your spidey sense, Betsy, probably told you had it right the whole time. I'm glad that you're here. Let's see here. Keith Ventris, you got maybe a shout out? Keith Ventris from Colorado is from Norfolk. Hello. Well, Keith, good to have you here. I'm glad you're here live. Your name might be on the pizza winner list, and I'm giving that away in 2 minutes, so hang with me. I want to keep everybody on time. I'm on a schedule to give the pizza out here. I got a note from Marilyn Bell. I know she's from Tennessee. Familiar face to me. We need rain here in East Tennessee. It's so dry. I had worked, as many of you know, Marilyn knows this, worked in Tennessee, Knoxville, for 15 years, and I can tell you, Marilyn, just a reminder, I still remember this, October is the driest month of the year, typically. Driest month of the year in Knoxville. The driest month of the year in Norfolk is February. Weird, but this February, Norfolk had the big snowstorm, so everything's kind of upside down and topsy-turvy. I hope you get this rain. You'll get a little bit coming in from the rain we get Sunday night. You're going to get a lot sooner. All right, so let me keep moving. Yes, we've had Lorenzo, Karen, Jerry. I don't know why we named Karen. Karen was in the cold waters of the Atlantic, but I do know Melissa is, in fact, the next name on the list. Nestor, followed by Olga. Olga, in fact, is the next name on the list. All right, it's close enough to 8. It's as close as, it's 7:59. We're going to go ahead and keep moving, but this just shows you the big picture in the Atlantic. All those red areas would represent good thunderstorms that are brewing, and most of them are moving away, which is a good place. We don't want them anywhere near here. Friday's planner, we're looking for another sunny day, about a degree cooler, because we have the Chinese pagoda there behind my, that's the picture behind it, 59 at noon, and 63 at 4. That's where I expect to be. Tomorrow, that would have a cool start. Sun's up at 7:14 and goes to bed at 6:25. So I wanted to give you as much pertinent, relevant, and important weather information that you need before I give away some pizza. How many people are hungry? Because I don't know about you, but in certificate form, we're going to start off with the big winners. It is now 8 o'clock. Ding, 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 ding. We're going to do this a little differently. Normally, I would give the pizza for the year away first, but I'm going to do that at the end. So we'll start off. This is one large pizza with one topping. Are going out to some winners. The first two are on the screen. It's Carol Novisk of Norfolk. Congratulations, Carol. If you're watching me live, maybe somebody notified you because, hey, I know Carol. You know Carol? Tell her she's just won some free pizza. Hopefully she'll share. We also have number 2, in no particular order, Siobhan Earlycut from Virginia Beach. Congratulations, Siobhan. You've just won free pizza. It's a certificate. It's going to come in the mail. So if you get something in the mail, you don't know who it's from. It's from WTKR. Please don't throw it away, because you're throwing away some free food, but it's coming your way. So I just wanted to let you know it's on the way from the U.S. Post Office. By the way, number 3 and 4, Chris Miller from Chesapeake. Congratulations, Chris. Chris is probably like, I didn't even know I was in the drawing. Well, somebody put your name. I mean, how else would we have your name? But your name is in there, and now you're a winner. You're getting a free pizza. It's on its way. And then if you've never tried Marco's, this is your chance. Chesapeake, give you a shout out. Number 4 is Grover Starks from Virginia Beach. Congratulations, Grover. Now, if I remember correctly from Sesame Street, Grover was near, he was far, and now the pizza's coming near. It's coming to you, Grover. Congratulations. Happy to have you here. I'm going back to number 5 and 6. Jody Wilbur from Chesapeake. Congratulations, Jody. You have just won a free pizza, one topping of your choice. Certificate will be mailed to you as well. And I do know from number 6 that Joe left in Norfolk. He just left with a free certificate. He just left with some free pizza. Congratulations, Joe. Happy to have you here as well. Can we keep going? Because we got to get to the pizza winner for the year. Yeah, Judy Hayes, number 7, in no particular order. Virginia Beach, congratulations to you. And Natasha White from Chesapeake. You have just won a free pizza from Marco's. And lastly, but not totally lastly, because we had the grand winner, for the single pies, the single individual pizzas. As I like to do this all the time, it's just like it's throwing out like getting a free pizza. So we got number 9 and number 10 on the screen right now, and those winners are there. It's number 9, Shannon Childress of Portsmouth. We got Portsmouth represented here, and number 10, Terenda Albritton of Chesapeake has just won a free pizza. Isn't that cool? Congratulations to all of you. Fear not, we still have another big winner to give. And you know, and I know, I do like, as we want to focus on the free pizza for the year. This is their certificate. Again, what it looks like. It's going to be coming in the mail. You, if your name is on this list, will be the recipient, and you can use it each time. Now, there's just one thing I do need to point out is there are 6 locations that are participating. So the 3 in Virginia Beach are viable options to redeem the pizza. And now there's 2 in Chesapeake and 1 in Norfolk. And if you're not familiar with how this works, you just go to WTKR.com/Marcos, spend about a minute, 2 minutes tops, provide us your permission, your name, your email, and we can send you a certificate. If you're cool with it, we're cool with it. We'll send you a certificate if you win. So let me get to that. Of course, I would be remiss if I didn't put this in there. Let me put this winner right here and throw out some confetti. Whoa, I got double confetti. This is cool. All right, so let me go back. The number 1 winner this week goes to Marie White from Norfolk. Has just won free pizza for a year. If you know Marie, Wait a minute. Did we have I thought we had somebody in White. Let me go back. Yes, we had a Natasha White. Oh, she was Chesapeake. Never mind. So I was thinking there was similar names, but this is actually Marie White from Norfolk. Just won free pizza for a year. So Marie White, congratulations to you. I'm very thrilled for you, and I know that a lot of people who watch these streams are genuinely happy for our winners, because you know what? Food is not cheap, and sometimes a pizza on a Thursday or Friday or a Saturday night sounds really sweet. So I hope that you'll have a chance to enjoy that. And again, you're going to be receiving this certificate in the mail, maybe in the next day or two, however quickly the U.S. Post Office gets it to you. We're very happy that you're here. A couple other notes. I just want to say hi. We got this forecast for tomorrow. 63 is where I expect to be. By the way, the normal high is 72. So we're going to be about 9 degrees cooler than normal tomorrow. Hope you're ready for that. That's something to take into consideration. A couple other notes that might be coming from you. Kim Thompson-Jones saying, see, isn't this nice? Kim, I keep waiting for your name or Taj Brown's name to show up. I have no control of it. Honestly, it goes into sales. They randomize the names and they throw them out to me. And so when I see them, I don't always recognize them, but I would recognize a Kim Jones, would think that maybe it's you. But she's thanking all the ones who did win. Thank you for that, and I appreciate it. And I want to know if anyone's going to share Taj Brown. So excited for all of you. This is what I love. Taj has got the excitement. It's there. It's like the emoji that's, well, it's not moving, but it does get you excited that pizza is coming to some folks, and hopefully you'll have a chance. And even if you didn't win, you still did win with a $5 Pozzoli. That's about half price, right? You could get a full meal. Instead of going through a drive-through at any other fast food place, spend $10, $12, $15, you can get $5 Pozzoli. My personal favorite, people ask me, is the pepperoni sausage. It's my favorite, one of the great items that Marco's has presented us. But there's 4 different options. You can do buffalo chicken, chicken bacon ranch, but you got to use the promo code, which is our call letters WTKR and David. All right, back to the weather, because we got to cover a lot of things to cover here. Just so you know, I think that note from Kim was from last night. She said, I'm waiting for a string of 60s. Well, my goodness. Every day this week has been 60s, except Sunday was 70, and we've now had 13 days in Norfolk at 13 below normal. That's pretty remarkable. We had 3 days above normal. Hottest day was a week ago, Tuesday, when it was 84 degrees. So we hit 64 today, slowly squeeze that out. The record high 87 back in 2008. We had a trace of rain yesterday, but nothing today because it was full sunshine. But if you're keeping score, we've had about an inch at Norfolk International. If you live 5-10 miles from the airport, you might have similar numbers if you in fact have a rain gauge. By the way, dew point temperature is a great measurement of how sticky it is. This looks like winter, because when I went on at 4 o'clock today, I did the 4, 5, 6, and 7 o'clock news. It was 28. The dew point in the nation's capital was 28 degrees. I'm like, as a weather nerd, which I am, I was like, are you kidding me? Is this winter? It's not winter. I mean, dew point at 28 is pretty low. And in the 30s, it does look like a change of season. So when you look at these dew point values, they've come down. They will dip into the 30s in parts of our area, and they already have. I said if it doesn't happen Thursday, it happens Friday. We have a 38 dew point right now in Virginia Beach. That's pretty remarkable. Now, if you put this on a scale, you typically find comfortable weather when it's 60 or below. And we know we had some sticky weather this past summer when it was 75 plus in July. But the oppressive air, it's gone. The muggy air, gone. But it will get a little bit more humid, as you can see from my dew point forecast, to about 58 on Sunday, when the rain opportunities will increase at night. So it'll go way down tomorrow again, and then it'll try to inch back up on Sunday. Hope that helps. Just throwing that out there, trying to give you as much information as I can. It is now 8:07. We've given away pizza. We've given away pizza for a year, and now we've promoted the Pozzoli week. Now let's focus on our current temperatures. Right now, are you kidding me? It's 47 in Suffolk. Where's my jacket? Honey, where's my, wherever you put it. Yeah, that's usually how the conversation rolls. I'll ask my wife, where did I put my sunglasses? Oh, they're on my head. You know, it happens. The older you get, that kind of stuff happens. But 60 at Portsmouth, 60 in Norfolk, that's our current reading. How on earth can you have a 13-degree difference between Portsmouth and Suffolk? But we do, right? Sometimes it could be the influence of the water nearby, but if you're away from the coast, in Suffolk, you're already at 47. Look at Franklin. These are current readings, 48 degrees. How cold can it get there? Well, it's going to get colder than it is now if you're up tomorrow morning. That's why I want to urge you, if you have kids at the bus stop, you might want to put maybe an extra sweater on top or underneath the jacket that they're going to need, because if they're standing still, it's going to be very cold in here. These are current temperatures as of 8:09 on the 16th of October. 51 in Currituck isn't as bad, but right now it's 60 in Williamsburg and 59 in Yorktown. Kind of curious, how cold are you right now? If you've got a temperature and you're in these areas, I'd love to know what you have. You can shout it out, put it in the comments section. I'll post it. It's not that hard. I love this. Kim's got a note. She said, hi, everyone. I'm a little late. You're not late, Kim. Anytime people watch this, it's really nice. The whole point of this is to give you live weather when you want it, but you can also watch it when it's convenient for you, right? We live on our phones, so many of us today. It's become like a third arm, I guess, but you have these options to watch these streams whenever it's convenient for you. If you watch it on a Friday, prepare for the weekend. Much of the information is still valid, still good, and hopefully will be just as helpful. Our current temperature in Ahoskie is 47, and it's 58 right now in Moyock. Oh, yes, our temperatures in Knoxville are 67. That seems pretty warm to me, because I'm over here around Virginia Beach and Norfolk. It's in the upper 50s to near 60. Hatteras is at 61. What's the coolest number? 52? I guess Pittsburgh's the cool spot at the moment, but Hot Atlanta is the hot spot right now on this map at 74. It is now 8:10. I got to keep going, wrap up things. I just wanted to give you the latest 8 to 14 day outlook. This comes by way of the Climate Prediction Center. They are focused on near normal temperatures going right up to Halloween. That's a possibility. Up to Halloween, near normal temperatures. But where it will be likely above would be the upper plain states of both North and South Dakota, as well as Minnesota, where they could also be above normal. In Texas, everything's relative to each unique area. Now, where will the cold air drain from? It's going to come down from Canada in blue. It hits the Great Lakes by the 22nd. Could very well get another cold snap in New England around the 25th. But what's it look like here? Well, it's not very warm. The warm spots would be the orange, so I would say you're probably near normal. And that takes you through the 26th. That's consistent with the expectation from the supercomputers at this time. What's the next 5 days look like? Vastly different. We're not going to keep it in the 60s the whole time, sorry kid, but it's going to spike back up to around 76, 77 on Sunday. When the rain comes in, it'll be a little bit cooler post-front on Monday. So we're around 70 here, but then we're bouncing up with more sunshine, 74 likely on Tuesday. We'll keep an eye on that. Eastern Shore forecast, 61 over Nancock, Chincoteague at 63, Saxes 62, and Cape Charles at 61 degrees tomorrow, and Exmoor at 61, Nags Head 61, 60 for Duck Hill, Devil Hills, lots of sunshine. Not lots, just sunny, with a 0 chance of rain in Ocracoke and Hatteras tomorrow, with mid-60s across the board. Rodanthe about 61. I like to show you the Storm Prediction Center maps because you know how things can change. We looked at the national scene. Anything that's green, and there's not much here, anything that's light, or we'll call this the dark green, is the isolated. So it was actually showing up with severe weather near North Platte. That lines up very well. Also, Colby, Kansas, has the potential between now and daybreak to get some severe weather. We come back home, we're pretty much void on the East Coast of any inclement weather. So if you're traveling tomorrow by car or by plane, know that you probably have very little turbulence here, but the rocky weather, isolated as it may stretch from Kansas City Friday to Oklahoma City on Friday. That's what that green patch would represent. Also covers parts of Kansas, mainly southeast. Really, you come back home on Friday, obviously you got sunshine, but all of a sudden, I find this interesting. Saturday, this system that's coming in from the west looks like it's gaining momentum. That's correct. It's picking up steam, and that steam showing now a yellow area around Arkansas and areas surrounding. So that's the scattered. This is the isolated. It's the easiest way to describe these risk categories. So we're looking at Little Rock, Memphis, Springfield. This is Saturday if you have family traveling in this area. Even Dallas, to an extent, could be included in the isolated severe storm. So when you're looking at this potential severe storm threat on Saturday, it might be centered around Memphis and Little Rock and extending into Nashville. And the northern stretch would take it all the way up towards Champaign, Urbana, Illinois, and Fort Wayne, Indiana. Really nothing on the East Coast, but that's the same front that's coming in on Sunday. As it weakens here, we'll get some showers, as I mentioned. Let me show you what this looks like. 11 o'clock tonight, we're clear. 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, it's clear. And what's amazing is you might think this product is broken because I don't see any clouds. Midday, there's just not any cloud really to highlight. Maybe one. Oh, I found one. It's in the Albemarle. It's really hard to see. We'll have to zoom in on it. But yeah, I'm joking. That's 12 noon tomorrow. So it's bright sun, start to finish. and stays mostly clear through 11 o'clock. But then all of a sudden, the clouds come back. I don't see any. Well, how about now? Optometrist exam, is it better or worse? It looks worse. It's my Saturday and you brought some clouds back. I'm just the messenger. These will be mid to high level clouds that come in on Saturday. Take note, it will be mid to high level clouds, a little bit hazy sun. That's 7 a.m. Noontime doesn't look much different. The way things are trending, it looks a little bit better west at noon, but I'd say between 2 and 5 p.m. 2 to 5 p.m., a lot of these clouds will go bye-bye. Let's see if I can get to move. There it goes. That's 5 o'clock by Saturday afternoon. So we'll get a little of a hazy sun and clouds, or clouds and hazy sun with a brighter finish, and you'll be able to see the sun nice and bright to conclude your Saturday evening. Now, it's 8:14. You can see by 11 o'clock Saturday, it's starry skies once again. Now, showers will end the weekend. We started the live stream with this very image, so let's show it again in case you missed it. 8 o'clock Saturday, 8 o'clock Sunday morning, I should say. On the start of the day, clouds will start to gather. By 4:30 on Sunday, it's still not raining, but after dark, it'll start to filter in here with the progression of this cold front. It'll bring in some rain while many of us are asleep, but then we start the new week, or start the new work week, maybe by 8, 9, 10 o'clock on Monday, all is gone. The rain will have probably gotten out of here by 6 a.m., if not sooner. All right, it's 8:15. This has been a fun thrill for me because I enjoy doing this with you. 49 South Side, 48 Peninsulas, 44 North Carolina. These numbers, this map, is very key because, you know, if you're 45 or colder, I've said this before, I'll say it again, if you're 45 or colder and you're on this map, it's cold enough to see your breath. And that means you're probably going to want those kids at the bus stop, your kids, ones you're looking out after, to have a jacket. 41 in Franklin, cold enough to see your breath. Conway could be close to 39, 40. 46 for Edenton, 50s along the Outer Banks because of the ocean influence here. 50 in Cape Charles, 49 in Hampton. And if I go back one step further, you can see that Norfolk's about 49, 44 Melfa, and about 41 for Waverly, Cortland, and say Murfreesboro. Just throw that out there for context, but that's where things are going to be. Let's see here. Taj has a note. If I had this right, I might need some. He says, everybody have a great Friday and a weekend until Monday. Glad to have you here, Taj. As always appreciate your feedback and people who might be watching. I had Keith Fentress on here, Betsy. Who else has been? Marilyn, Josh. Oh, I got another note from Irwin. Did I say that right? Is it Irwin? Says yes. So there you have it. So we got some cool, maybe new people who are leaving comments. I like being able to see new people, so I can meet new people, as it were, even if it is on this live stream. Tomorrow afternoon, we're back to about 63. Beautiful picture of North Carolina and the Wright Brothers Memorial. So we're looking at 65 for a high, though, in Franklin and Suffolk. Ahoskie, 65. Elizabeth City, the harbor of hospitality, 66 tomorrow, 62 in Virginia Beach, and 60 in Duck. Expecting Matthews, beautiful Matthews, 64, and 65 in Newport News. Here's your first warning, WTKR News 3 7-day forecast. A pair of 7s on Sunday, 10% chance of rain early morning on Monday, but boy, does it look good. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. You've got the High Street Festival in Portsmouth. You've got the city of Franklin. They've got this, I guess it's a trick or trot 5K and a pumpkin dash. You've got the Virginia Zoo, Zoo-Boo, with spectacular family fun. If you missed that, kids are going to be like, why didn't you take me to the zoo? You can do that this weekend. You've got great weather for it. And there's also the Harvest Festival in Surrey, Virginia, at the Chippokes State Park. They've got that going on. That's the 12th annual. And a Harvest Festival, I believe, that's going on in Suffolk. I'm missing probably a few high. Oh, I know, the 11th annual is a Dismal Day. I was like, what is that? That's the Great Dismal Swamp State Park around South Mills, North Carolina. They have food trucks, a fun run and walk, and education about the Great Dismal Swamp State Park. So that's the 11th annual. Who knew? So if you don't get out and enjoy some of these great events, you're going to be kicking yourself. I don't want you to kick yourself. I want you to have some pizza and maybe a $5 Pizzoli if you so desire. Let me start and end with the great shots today. This was from William Wood. Buckrow Beach sunrise today. Beautiful sunset there, as well as sunrise, I should say. And another sunrise from our friend Bradley Fullwood. Kudos to Bradley. He takes great pictures too. Hampton Road sunrise today. And then earlier, let's say earlier this afternoon or later this afternoon, is the Pleasure House Point in Virginia Beach. Our friend Lisa captured this with just a few puffy cumulus clouds that were moving about earlier today. So happy to have all of you. Just to recap, here's the forecast. 63 tomorrow, 69 Saturday, and 77 with showers developing at night on Sunday. Just remember, it doesn't matter if the weather is sunny. Well, it can be sunny. Did I happen to mention that if you haven't had a chance to sign up, please do. WTKR.com. We're going to be giving away more pizza next week. More pizza next week, so you could have your name on this pizza certificate for a year. It's a lot of fun. We've given hundreds of pizzas now. I think I've lost track of my episodes. This might be 80 or 81. And for me to think that I've done that many live streams on behalf of Marcos and, of course, mostly weather and some Marcos, it's overwhelming. I'm almost to the 100 mark. So I've been told from Marcos they're going to do something special. So when we get closer to 100, there might be more pizza flying about and being passed out. That's about what I'm being told. But I'll get more details, I'm sure, in the coming days and weeks. Anyway, just remember, it doesn't matter if the weather is sunny or if it's serious. Every day is a gift on this planet. It is a gift, so make the most of it in your neighborhood. We'll see you next week. Take care.